Hello, friends, welcome back to Smriti Notes for Biotechnology. In today's lecture, we will study about protein protein interactions and the methods used for detection and analysis of protein interaction. So, let's start with basically what is protein protein interaction. Protein protein interaction is basically a highly specificity established between two or more protein molecules as a result of biochemical events. And these interactions can be seen in important cellular processes such as signal transduction, molecular transport, and various metabolic pathways. It is also used to modify the kinetic properties and helps in muscle contraction. The structure can be of two types, that is homo-oligomeric and hetero-oligomeric. Homo means it has same structure and same function, and hetero means it has different structure and different number of amino acids. I've mentioned the difference between them. You can use the table and write about it. Basically, protein-protein interaction is a result of electrostatic force. Now let's study about the different methods that can be used for detection and analysis of protein. So let's start with yeast-2 hybrid system, that is Y2H system. It is the most commonly used method. In this system, two protein domains are required which will have two specific functions. The first is a DNA binding domain that helps in binding DNA, and the next is an activation domain, that is AD, that is responsible for activating transcription of DNA. And both of these domains are required for the transcription of reporter gene. Yeast-2 hybrid analysis allows the direct recognition of protein-protein interaction between protein pairs. I've written a little bit a description in brief about the yeast-2 hybrid model. You can pick up any points and write them. And then in the next slide, I've explained with the diagrams the entire process. Here are some of the disadvantages of this system as well. So now let's start with the process. The transcription factors are AD and DBD. We know the full forms now. The protein that is fused to DB is the bait, and the one that is fused to AD domain is called the prey. In the absence of bait and prey interaction, the AD domain is unable to localize to the reporter gene to derive the gene expression, that is, there is no growth and no transcription. The process stops there and then. But when bait and prey interact, that is in diagram C, the DB domain binds to the DNA binding AD domain upstream of the reporter gene, leading to the expression of reporter gene. And as soon the bait and prey interact, the transcription of reporter gene grows and the transcription is carried on. Its applications are: it is used in drug and poison discovery, determination of protein function, identification of diseases, and zinc finger protein selection. In my notes, you can see I have mentioned in small points some important things which we usually forget and get confused. So you can use these things and remember the process. That is, like the DBD is referred to as the bait and the AD is called as the prey. This helps in clearing your concept. Do draw the diagram. Now, the next method is co-immunoprecipitation. Immunoprecipitation of intact proteins that are closely in contact, that is complex protein, is called as co-immunoprecipitation. We use target protein specific antibodies to indirectly capture the proteins that are bound to specific target proteins. Co-immunoprecipitation is applied to screening novel protein-protein interactions. For co-immunoprecipitation, the diagram part is very important. Just go through the diagram, which will help you in understanding the process very easily. In the first step, it shows the cells are lysated or a protein mixture is taken in which it is antigen-protein interaction with antigen. In the second step, we see the incubation with coupled antibody resin, that is, the antibodies get binded. In the third step, it is spin and wash. The proteins get spinned and are washed thoroughly. That means the antigens are washed away. In the fourth step, the spin and elute, that is the bounded proteins, are now visible. And now in the last step, we analyze the bounded proteins in SDS page. So this is co-immunoprecipitation technique. Next is TAP, that is tandem affinity purification mass spectroscopy. It is an immunoprecipitation based purification technique that is used for studying protein protein interaction. This method is based on double tagging of the protein of interest on its chromosomal locus, followed by two-step purification process. Proteins that remain associated with the target protein can be examined and identified through SDS page, that is followed by mass spectrometry analysis, thereby identifying the protein-protein interaction of the original protein of interest. Next is variant tag, that is also known as C-terminal TAP tag, because an N-terminal version is also available. So I have given about this in my video. It's not very important. You can just go through it and have an idea about what is variant tag and how is it related to the TAP tag, and also about its advantages. Now, the next type of method of identification is phage display. Phage display is used for identifying ligands of proteins. It is used to find out proteins that are specific inside the cell. They are fibrous, filamentous phage. It consists of DNA as genetic code inside them. I have drawn the diagram, which is in 5 steps, that is binding, washing, eluting, amplifying, and then analyzing them. All the 5 steps are drawn. Do go through them thoroughly. In the next slide, I'll be explaining them stepwise. And first, let us clear what does the term phage means. It is a bacteriophage, that is a virus that only infects an bacteria. A gene encoding a protein of interest is inserted into a phage code protein gene that causes the phage to display the protein on its outside while containing the gene for the protein on its inside. That leads to a connection between the genotype and the phenotype. So let's start with the first step, that is construction of phage display library with the help of recombinant DNA technique. Different set of genes are inserted into the genome of multiple phages, and these separate phages will display only one protein antibody. Next step is binding, that is these libraries are exposed to selected targets and only some phage will interact with the targets. In the third step, that is washing, the unbound phages are washed away and only those show that affinity for the receptors are left. The next is elution, that is the recovery of target bound protein. And the last step, that is amplification, the eluted phages showing specificity are used to infect new host cells and then they are analyzed. Next technique is green fluorescent protein tags. That means a bright green fluorescence when exposed to light in the blue to ultraviolet range. It gets excited and shows the light green emission of fluorescence. And this protein was first isolated from the jellyfish Acuria victoria, which has a peak wavelength at 395 nanometer. So we studied various methods like phage display, GFP, TAP tags, and co-immunoprecipitation. Do go through them, and if you find any difficulty, comment and let me know. And do find important links in the description box. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.